Hello, Jeff. We are talking about Vanderpump
Uh-huh.
Rules, and they missed a real opportunity not to call this episode Heart in a Butthole.
I'm not really sure what I've done to you, but I'll take a Pinot Grigio.
I think the biggest link from the OG crew to season 12 that everybody was up in arms about was they have their feelings in their buttholes sometimes. So that's great. I love that.
Yes, it is a Sir tradition.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. This is But I'll Take a Pinot Grigio podcast, Vintage Vanderpump. We are on season 4, episode 18, the blandly named Too Little, Too Late. Womp womp. That is where I should have inserted my sound effects. I'm Sundi, pop culture professor, self-proclaimed expert on all things pop culture. Very heavy on the self-proclaimed.
I'm Jeff, the former Bravo noob, and now getting to be seasoned veteran, ready to talk about it all, ready for Too Little, Too Late.
Right. Before you know it, I'm going to be dragging you into the trash that is Real Housewives of Rhode Island and Next Gen NYC. Don't worry.
I think in due time, we're getting to all that. We've only got 250 more episodes of Vanderpump to get through first.
Oh, yeah. I'm just talking about your leisure times. In your leisure time, you're just watching Rhode Island like I do.
Oh, okay.
By the time you hear this, obviously our schedule's changed. We're doing Vintage on Vanderpump on Wednesdays and Fridays. So this week, you will have already heard our Top Chef coverage. It's down to 4 chef testants now. And the first Summer House reunion was last night, and Emilie and I will get onto that, plus season 2 or episode 2 of In the City. And last week too, if you guys haven't, which I don't know what y'all are doing if you aren't listening to every second of us, but we did a mega mini crossover event in which Jeff, Emilie, and I talked a lot of things. Top Chef, we talked about that show, The Crash. We talked about, how Gen X parents have ruined their children. A lot of really fun, lighthearted topics. Please, if you're listening to this right now, go ahead and hit follow, give us a rating, review us, whatever that helps us get seen. And of course, always follow us on the socials at Take a Pinot Pod, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Okay.
All email inquiries to jeff@pinotpod.com also.
Indeed. Okay. We're ready now. We're poised and ready for our Vanderpump dummies.
Locked and loaded.
To remind, the farther we get into the season, the previously on gets longer and longer and longer. So I definitely am paraphrasing. But Peter's girlfriend is a real grown-up with a kid. Need to remember that. Scheana is all the way in Stassi's business. Schwartz invited Stassi to the engagement party. Katie got mad. Also, there was a Palm Springs invite. James is demoted back to Busser. Sandoval and Jax are beefing. Jax is having his 3/5 life crisis. And Ariana is pretending to be a nice person.
That
we
wraps
pick
it up.
Sadly, one of only 2 scenes with our girl Lala. She was so heavily evident in some of the early ones, and now we're barely getting her face. But
I know.
They're at Sir, and Lala is at the hostess stand where Scheana and Katie come to get their checks. And we kind of hear a little bit about Tequila Katie. You were right. Last episode, when we were sort of guessing about who was the rage texting culprit, I said Jax, but you said Katie, and alas, you were right, sir.
Yeah, I had a feeling Tequila Katie's been coming back for a couple of weeks now, and here we are. And they got to get that huge payday because they've been working in Sir as servers a ton lately. So much. I can't wait. I can't wait to see that big paycheck from the serving job they have. Yeah.
And obviously, Lisa, as the owner of the restaurant group, distributes their paychecks. That's obviously one of her administrative duties. So sure. Maybe they're getting their Vanderpump Rules paycheck too, because this woman does not hand out paychecks. Okay. No. They probably have a stamp with her name on it. We get Katie's side of the story here which I believe this 100%, they were arguing and Tom was taking up for Ariana, and obviously always coming to Katie. He probably told her that she was wrong. She was being a bitch, whatever she does. And that Schwartz blames her for some of the rift. And Katie, in turn, sent some real nasty text messages.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Scheana was right there with her looking over her shoulder because, Sheena won't be left out of things.
I did wonder, like,
So,
how did Sheena see all those? Like, she was like, yeah, when I saw you doing all that, like, was she was watching her do that? I didn't even consider that
yes.
as an option.
They were together, and
Oh, I missed that.
Tequila Katie, Tequila Katie was in full effect if she is unashamed to be doing this shit in front of a friend. Like, listen,
Mhm.
I have been known to send a rage text in my youth. I'm less so these days, but I'm not doing it in front of anybody. That is my secret shame. Okay, I'm not over here chit chatting and showing my texts off. Like, that's not a thing. But Sheena has to have her nose in every single solitary moment. So,
Which is
you know,
unfortunate for her. She doesn't care for that kind of thing. She doesn't like to be in the middle of things.
yeah,
I
she
kind
does
of want
not.
to, like, look, Katie upset with Schwartz about stuff. I get that pretty much 24/7. Sure, no problem. But like really getting upset with Ariana when she says, like I was pretending to be in a good mood with you guys. Like some of that stuff, like Ariana keeps saying she's upset about this and she's upset about that. Like it does keep getting swept under the rug, and we can get to it probably later on a little bit too. Like, why are you so upset she's pretending? I mean, the stuff that Schwartz said, you know, takes it off. But I mean, there
Yeah.
is a lot of unsaid stuff about some people also that's really not getting any, weight put on it here.
Well, I did notice how personally they're taking this comment about Ariana pretending. Like,
That's what, yeah,
she's in it. Yeah, I noticed that too. Like this is what you're kind of like hanging your hat on. But I mean, we'll definitely talk more about it when we get there. But Schwartz is not even speaking to her right now. And this morning, I guess when they got up and they crossed in the hallway, he was just like head shake, old girl. And about that time, conveniently enough, Ariana and Sandoval also, I guess, come to get their checks from their direct supervisor, owner, and proprietor, Lisa Vanderpump. So Ariana is very much icy and standoffish. Like whatever happened after the beach yesterday, we weren't privy to. We're only hearing it through like Jax. We're only hearing it through Schwartz. So we don't really know how much stuff like went down in person. She's very much standoffish, but Sheena is breaking her neck to eye roll. She's just like, oh, eye roll, oh, dismissive. And like, this is how you want to make up with your friend here? Like, this is the tactic you're taking?
yeah. I mean, she's not feeling welcome. Like they went to go try on clothes together the other day, and it was Katie and Sheena, and Ariana was over there. Like they're hanging out at the beach, and it's the two of them, and Ariana's over there. Like now they're hanging out. It's like, well, I'm going to go to the office. Like you can come chill in the garden with us. Did you say that? Like, hey, we're going to do this thing later. You want to come? Like they aren't including her and stuff either. But
No, I disagree with that. I don't think that Ariana, that's by design, that Ariana is separating from herself like that. She doesn't, like, I don't know, whatever phase she's in, whatever mood she's in right now is not a real join and be part of the group. So she wants to keep her distance. And she's the one who said, I'm just pretending. So it sort of indicates that she doesn't want to be around anyway. But Sheena just being this affected eye rolly business is just
yeah,
not the way to do it, right?
no.
Also, Katie is like cosplaying Christiane Amanpour if she was in a porno movie or something with the glasses and it is
There's
a
some
very
new
strange look.
there's some new stuff going on for sure. Like even I wrote that, which isn't a lot going on. Like there's some new filling situation going on for sure. I do like that they get, like Lisa shows up, they get paid, no one goes and gets Ariana. So like what's she doing up there? I picture her just in like Lisa's office spinning around on her big chair or something
I
like that.
mean, they really want us to believe that these people work in a restaurant and have like a normal position there, right? Like none of that is true. None of it is even believable at this point. So Katie says that Ariana's condescending. I didn't really get that. I'm not too sure if Katie's understanding what that word means there, but we also learn in this moment that they're going to surprise Stassi and Kristen in the desert to,
Yeah.
quote, catch her off guard so she doesn't have a way to plan out her response. Another thing that really good friends do.
Yeah, then Sheena's, of course, like, let's go, bitch. And I'm like, I know we say it a lot. It's real fun to call your friends bitches and all. This is like the 37th scene in a row where Sheena's like, here you go, bitch. There's that thing, bitch. Let's roll, bitches. how y'all bitches doing? Like,
Yeah.
the board bitch is just lost. Sheena's crushed that word. It doesn't mean anything at all
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, I mean, I guess she's like, she's reappropriating it. I guess she's feeling cool. Like,
Yeah.
but LVP gives her the same bit of advice that we've heard 17 times. Stand your ground. Don't be deferential. Got it.
Mhm.
Check. I have got it locked in my heart. I am my secret keeper. I've got it. And then we go from Sir to Peter's house, where the clown college with a substitute Peter is there. What are they about to do, Jeff? What's
Shots.
happening with this group? Yes, because shots are necessary to do the job they've been assigned, which is
Babysit, of course. What else would you have these jabronis doing? It's absolutely look after your little one.
Yeah, I mean, rum or tequila. That is the very first thing I asked my babysitter. Would you like a shot of rum or tequila?
Yeah, I mean, we were
But
talking last time about Jax's first, possibly second, all the incoming midlife crises that he's got coming up, and this is exactly what he starts talking about. I mean, like right away, I was like, "Oh, okay, not a thing we were just having fun with."
no, I would also like to say that Liam, the 4-year-old, also thinks Peter looks like a pirate. So I'm in good company there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
I thought that was really
yeah.
because Peter has a kind of a shock thing. Like, and I'm sure that's come up like with women before and Peter, and like he has a 4-year-old saying it's like, I don't think that's a word we're supposed to be saying. Like, you look like a pirate, dude.
Well, Liam tells it like it is. But yes, Jax doesn't know if he's happy. In his confessional, he confesses that, he is getting to the age where he needs to be thinking about a midlife crisis. First off, sir, you're 36 years old. Now, we've been joking a lot about it, but I mean, maybe he will die young because of the substance, but 36 is, I don't know if we really need to like bear down on the midlife crisis. I feel like I am in the throes of a midlife crisis for the last few years. 36, ease up, okay? Don't be wishing your time away.
I'm glad I get to be alone for the ride here.
Well, be careful. Be careful saying the things before you get all the information, because ask around. It's not been great.
Speaking of someone in crisis, like Tom starts recording or recounting his side of it and just calls up Katie's behavior scumbag. Just calls her up, calls her a scumbag. Like it's all tequila and rage. Like, sure.
Their stories differ a little bit. In his way of telling it, all he was doing was just trying to make Katie see Ariana's perspective. That's your friend. And she just, she just flies off the handle. But he does say this, and listen, as much as I want to hate Schwartz, sometimes he says things or like encapsulates a moment that she's the Shakespeare of rage texting, and it's a brutal poetry.
Yeah.
I
didn't care for it. I didn't care for it.
I find that to be, you did not. I liked it. I thought it was really kind of funny. But then Liam gets here. Look, I know what they're trying to make us believe is happening, that she had to go to, quote, a meeting with her sister. What's really going on? Did the producers call her up and be like, hey, could you please put your son's life in danger for a few minutes of like good TV? What's happening here?
Yeah, I think the producers know somebody in like the good preschool that Liam needs to get into or something. And that was Sarah's only in. Like they've got a 17-year waiting list. And it's like Lisa Vanderpump can get you like right to the front of the line. Like, how long does he need to be there? Like just an hour. Like, and she's in the hallway. She hasn't left this building. Like they don't show like Sarah getting in her car and leaving. Like Sarah's in that building. Yeah. Absolutely.
Maybe the next room. But that list of rules indicates that she was planning on him being there for a really long time. A snack every 1 to 2 hours. Have a kid-friendly bedtime story. You're letting this child go to sleep there? Like, Sarah, I'm calling bullshit. No.
No, that's all for show. He wasn't in that room 45 minutes, I don't think.
No. But again, Schwartz is the princess. So in the Princess and the Monster game, Schwartz gets to be the princess. But I did find it be cute because Peter already had some supplies and he had like toys and stuff for them. So that was nice. I think at least Peter, for the 4 minutes that he was on set, Peter wanted him to be entertained. So that was cute, I think.
I did think it was all cute enough. And we got to see Jax draw Sarah's boobs onto her.
Yeah.
And we continued to let him roam free. That's good.
Yeah.
Good job.
Exactly. I was going to say, Has anybody checked on Sarah? This man is very preoccupied with Sarah's boobs. Like, is nobody mad about that? Brittany's not mad. Peter's not concerned that, like, hey, man, her
Brittany
eyes are up
is.
here, Jax.
No. Brittany has. I think Brittany has said something, and we've seen him like be defensive of it a bunch. So there's a bunch of people like we're not off camera. Like, can you stop referencing your friends' girlfriends when talking about boob size? This is like a month straight you've been doing that, and also let's not talk to the 4-year-old about it. Don't do that.
Well, and he always prefaces the weird shit he's about to say with like, I'm not trying to be inappropriate or I don't want to be gross, and then he goes on to say something wildly inappropriate and wildly gross. So I guess as long as he disclaims it, then it's fine.
Yeah, don't complete that sentence when it starts like that.
Yeah. So then we're moving to Palm Springs, and then this is like a lot of the episode bounces between Palm Springs and whatever grouping is happening. So I'll try to be okay. I'll try to be clear about where we're at.
Yeah.
Right here, we're rolling up to Palm Springs. It is a strong team of Stassi, Kristen, Rachel, and 2 paper bags of vodka.
I had Kristen, Rachel, Stassi, vodka. That was my list of people here. So yeah.
It's a strong team. Also, I am getting a sense that Rachel's may be well off, or her parents are well off, or she has some sort of family money that allows her to do stand up because she's driving like a Mercedes. Her parents have a second home. I don't think she's a real struggling artist, a starving artist, but
no, I don't think she's putting that out there at all, which is good. But they're more like us. They're moving into bug country. We were all jealous for years watching them hang out in LA by the pool where it's just hot and no bugs. Now they got some bugs. I like it.
Yes, they do. And apparently it's 102 degrees out there. Stassi is having some real reflective moments here where she's like, listen, this doesn't feel good to be the thing that makes people not come to a party. I used to be the one who, doled out the invitation list, and now folks are avoiding me. Ouch. And I do think that might be a fairly confronting situation. As much as we've been debating Stassi's authenticity, I think it is hard to realize that, hey, man, I'm not really well liked at the moment.
No. There's constantly stuff like sinking in to Stassi as she's trying to like get back and move forward. And there's just a lot going on for her. And luckily Kristen's there.
Also think she got her lips done. I'm fairly certain in these confessionals that there's been some sort of lip situation. Along with her being blonder and eyes are bluer, she's getting her lips plumped. And so she's just leaning far into the, Aryan youth there. She's looking real blonde. Kristen tells us that James has been blowing her phone up.
Yeah.
To what end, sir? What is going to happen?
My question is not for James. Kristen was having a great run, as she told us, and moving on to new people while having James blocked. She unblocked him the other day, and she fucking blew his phone up. He blew her phone up, and they got into it. Yeah. So now she has unblocked his number. To what end on Kristen, as far as that goes?
Right. I agree.
More my question.
All around, why?
Why? You want a logical answer from James Kennedy? No, thank you.
Well, I was just sort of thinking, like, what does he hope to get out of it? Like, what does he expect? But like, then we pop to stir too.
We'll get to that. Well, the answer in that James query will come before the end of the episode.
Okay.
Well,
gotcha. Another very, very fleeting moment of Lala here. So they're not fucking, and they're not mad at each other, and they're not like collaborating on a single anymore. They're just buds now. And so she, as his bud, she offers him some advice about Kristen. Look, man, who was that with the random basic yesterday? Which I love that shit so much. Like, once I realized they were talking about a person, I was like, that is so fun. I love it.
What's up with the random basic was a great question. Yes. Great. Like, James walks by, and thanks to the camera angle, we see Lala like eyes about roll out of her head. Wonderful. Hangs up the phone. What was up with that random basic? Okay, great. You don't need to be on this show very often. That's all we needed from you. Thank you. See you later. You can clock out.
We did get a little snippet. He's like, listen, I was just trying to not look the loser without a job. And I believe that too. Because, he was showing up with this random basic as a way to like not be the only person there with his 2 exes and blah, blah, blah. So I believe that too. But she gives the very grown up sage advice to take the bitch to dinner. Problem solved on that way, as far as we know, which it looks like from the scenes from next week, he does it. He does take the bitch to dinner. But, we'll see. So,
Got
we
Tom
learned
and
here where,
Jax shaking
yeah,
it up.
yes, more Charles McMansion. I asked Nolan if she knew the band Charles McMansion. She doesn't, though. She may have been too young to be in this particular
It was
scene.
one song and it wasn't a big song. So I don't think that really would have.
Yeah, sometimes she knows things, though. Like, sometimes she has a little bit of an eclectic music taste, but I think she may have been too young.
Not knocking Nolan. I'm just saying that was a tiny blip on the radar of music 11 years ago. Yeah.
And this is the exchange, too, where Sandoval's like, dude, why are you going out of your way to besmirch my character? You are saying all these things, blah, blah, blah. And Jax has the audacity to say, man, I don't even talk about you. Cut to the day before. And he is sort of talking about Ariana's and just like tattling. And Sandoval does his diagnosis, same that you've said too. You've said this many times about Jax.
Yeah, Jax starts, of course, with that, like, before he can even get to, like, I wasn't doing that when, like, we all know how it is. And he also says, like, it wasn't about you. I was talking about your girlfriend. Well, some people in the world, if you talk about their girlfriend, they take that personally and they will speak out on their girlfriend's behalf if their girlfriend isn't pregnant. A wild notion, I know, to like Jax and the Tom Schwartzes of the world. And maybe this will come up again, but they consider their feelings. And I love that Jax thinks that Tom was more fun with Kristen. I don't know if he really means more fun or that he was just cut a whole lot more slack back in the day because people weren't near as tired of his bullshit as they are right now. But whatever he wants to call it, that's good.
Yeah. And, Tom diagnoses him the same way you have, where he's like, listen, Jax just wants everybody to stay the same and anybody who's moving on in a way that he doesn't like that. So saying that you are more fun with Kristen is sort of like Jack's code for, hey man, can we just go back to a time when we were all doing shitty? Not when it would now I'm just the one doing shitty.
Right.
Can we just like go back to that? And so Tom, but like I'm telling you, they continue to forgive this man. They in that scene with, well, man, I just want some reciprocity from him, some reciprocation. Great, okay, then install a boundary when you don't get it. Maybe don't be his friend. Maybe enforce some kind of consequence to him because they never do.
No, not that we've seen yet. They get real close and then back it off in a big way. So I don't know. I'm always hopeful.
So we go back to Palm Springs and they're rehashing the day before. And I am so upset that we did not get to see Max's 40-year-old girlfriend. Now, do I think that she's really 40? Probably not. But I bet she looks just like Lisa Vanderpump. I bet she's like a 35-year-old Lisa Vanderpump, just like with the hair and the jewelry and the pink lips and with I bet that Max is, just saying.
I love the Kristen recap. Like, Faith is there. She's sweet. Max with his older lady. Like, she just wants to be drinking with her friends. I mean, again, Kristen and Jax kind of similar. She wants one thing to happen all the time. And like, that's the one thing. And I'm not knocking it right now, but that's just where it is. And while she's telling it, Stassi's feeling real left out.
Yeah,
but
this is all these life events of Katie, and I can really feel for that too. Like to see, which nowadays it's like if you see on social media, oh they got engaged, or you see on social media they had a baby, and she's just feeling very left out. And I really sympathize with that. What were you about to say? Sorry.
Oh, just Kristen, like real slurring pretty good right here. Like I just need a strong drink. And we'll get to like, and it continues for a while.
Well. Meanwhile, the surprise is standing outside the door whispering, you do it. No, you do it. No, you do it. Oh,
You're both nervous. So nervous. Yeah. Yes.
And of course, they open the door. Surprise. The look on Stassi's face was priceless when they walk in the door. Like I really think that there was, I don't know if gratitude, I don't know if I would go so far to say gratitude, but there is a certain amount of like relief that happens when she sees Katie coming in because Katie immediately gets right to it. She doesn't like him or haw. She immediately gets to it.
Oh, she sees her. Stassi moisture just like sweatiest pits in the desert pop out right there. Yeah. I mean, she's
Sweaty Pits McGee.
That's right. But yeah, she calls her right away. They get in the other room and it's straight up like, I will let you talk.
Well, I do want to call attention to the fear that is struck in everyone when they hear the doorbell. And then, like, when Rachel goes to open it, Kristen is literally crouched behind the wall. I don't know what she was expecting, if the cops were going to like burst in, but she is feeling very nervous about who it was. And then, of course, the relief of it. But this exchange, so I would really like to know how long it went on, because they keep looking and saying, oh, it's been really going on a long time. I don't hear
I
this and
know.
this. So they must have talked about the breadth of their problems. And just because we saw, a few minutes of it, and Katie will start. And Katie really does kind of say her piece. She says out loud to Stassi the same things that she's been saying to us for the past like 6 episodes. And she's just not going to have it, like this whole business where everything was about you, nothing was about me. That's not going to be like that anymore. I didn't deserve this. I'm a good friend, blah, 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 blah. And Stassi, very, very contrite, very, very humble. She explains to Katie about this sex tape. I don't know if this is true or not, but I have a feeling that story that Sheena told about how she was Stassi's champion or she didn't do anything, I don't believe that to be true. I don't think it's true.
No.
I think there's something else, and I'm hoping that it comes to light.
Yeah, and I feel like even on Katie's side, or in just the Katie and Stassi of it, there's still something not missing. Like, yeah, I was upset about that. And like, Katie's straight up like, well, that's no reason for me not to go, like, because that does seem logical if that's all that happened. Like, Sheena sewed this tape around, Stassi is buddies with Katie, and it's like, look, that person is violating, my privacy. And if you go off with her, like, I'm going to be upset, like, because I get that. I mean, I would totally get that. Something seems missing. Yeah. And because it is weird. And I think that's
A
where,
couple people talk about like Stassi acting like she was better than them, or judging their life, or being above it all. And that seems like it might be code for something else, that Stassi did something, or they had some kind of interaction play out that was like a thing that really went on. Because I know Patrick, something is embedded in that message there.
because she even says, it's not all about you all the time, Stassi. She's like, which, right. I mean, that's a thing for all these people when they're acting real selfish. Like, it's not all about you. Like, this situation, though, the sex tape, that is very much about Stassi. So there is something, we get a little look back at their 2013 Terry conversation also. And then that's where I'm thinking there's something missing, because we got a flashback, but it doesn't show us something new.
Maybe it'll come out at the reunion, right? Where because by the time the reunion airs, they have had a chance to like rewatch all the episodes and get mad about what they had already mended. And so they come in kind of raring to go. But Katie says the titular phrase, too little, too late. But we both know it's not too late. Like,
no, immediately. Well, yeah, that doesn't take long to flip.
Mm-hmm.
And like before that, you're like, oh, she called her friendship fluff, and she's always got to be the one in charge. It's like, all right, but yeah, we're still not getting to it. I love the scenes with Sheena and Rachel while all this is going on. Sheena's like, I did pay for a room. It looks like she's trying to get a meal for herself out there, and she's talking about that. Like, also, she knows that the two people she has striven so hard to get to like her, like, are talking, and she's not in there, and she is trying so hard not to poop her pants or throw up or go barging in there and figure out something, or just go run into the middle of the desert. Like, she needs to do something. And so it goes, I'm like,
well, a little bit later when they're trying to decide like whether to stay or not, and you can tell Sheena's like, no, fine, just do whatever. She wanted to extract Katie out of that situation so badly but she didn't want to like lose her chill about it. You could just see her be like, no, it's fun, I've already paid for it. But I mean, it's like, it's fine, we can just stay there. And she's just like so nervous about it.
Yeah, I think Rachel was fine, by the way, with them getting a hotel. Sheena's like, we do have a hotel, and Rachel's like, cool. Like, you must stay here. Like, no.
So then we're back to Sir, and what Jax, you're still trying to make us believe that this man works at as a bartender. Those two women want a freaking Metropolitan, and he's like, nah, no thanks. Nah, that's too hard to make. I'm not going to do it.
He's even like, do you really? That is quite I mean, there's a good chance people get up and leave. Like, that's the question. I mean,
I guess though that he's been on this show and people are coming to Sir so much just to interact with him.
I do know that. Yeah.
Well, no, but he just he feels like he can get away with anything, which apparently he can. But even like the boldness of him to do that to these women on camera, and they're just like, laughing it up. Like, Jackson, you could just pretend at least. Thank God he's not trying to be an actor because he's a terrible actor.
I mean, he is trying to be an actor also, by the way. He is. Oh, yeah. He's in a bunch of stuff. Like, he's a background actor and all kinds of stuff going back like 10 years before this.
Well, we just don't ever hear him talk about his pursuits like we do the others.
Right. That doesn't mean he isn't put forth. We don't hear about his sweater line, and we don't hear about his exercise app either.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he's not. I don't call him a sweater maker for sure, right? Like,
no.
But then Schwartz and LVP turn up, and I guess since Katie's in the desert, Schwartz can go out and hang out with folks. And he tells LVP about the fight, and she immediately knows what's going on. She's like, okay, I see what's happening.
This is total horseshit. Like, you talk about just showing up at your girlfriend's job being bad a few weeks ago. Like, all right, that's one thing. I can actually get behind it sometimes. You're going to show up and start telling her boss about y'all's problems while she's not even there and she's not even in town. What the fuck, dude? Nah, you have to go. That is horrible. And she's not having it. I mean, and that goes back to what we were saying earlier, like, because Lisa's only response is like, because you don't have her fucking back. Like, Ken defends me all the time, even if I'm wrong, because that's what people in relationships do. Schwarty's out here doing the exact opposite thing. I mean, he couldn't be more opposite of here. And he wanted his little sympathetic ear from Lisa, and she's going to call him Schwarty and all this. Nope. No, doesn't really get it. Doesn't get it.
She says, even when I'm wrong, I'm right. And that's the philosophy that I like to go by. Even when I'm wrong, I'm right. And there's been a lot of conversation about, Kyle and Amanda from Summer House too. But say what you want to about this man. He often supports her in public. And then whatever happens when they get home, sometimes we can see that what happens when they get home, but like he is never negative about her in the press. He's always supportive at the reunions. So say what you want. Even when Amanda is wrong, Kyle always treats her like she's right too. But
well, I mean, just in here, like we always talk about, like, what's Ken doing? Blah blah blah. Like, Ken got his girls back. And that's all. None of these Nimrods will do that. Like, Sandoval's starting to do it a little while, and now he's the outcast. So I mean, that's the warped way these dudes, and like something else that we've tiptoed around is really coming to light, because he starts talking about the girls getting together. Jax, you can tell, like, much like Sheena, is just losing it. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, you're afraid. Stassi comes in. She doesn't want shit to do with you. She's going to start being a big part of the group. Bye-bye, Jax. That's what he's fucking worried about. That's why, like,
for sure.
And that's, I guess, why he's trying that little, what do you call it? Like a trail of ants along the jar line beard that he has going on. Are you a big fan of that?
Also, where's Brittany? She's just at home twiddling her thumbs while he's like filming all these scenes. Like, where is she? I guess she's still recovering from her boob job. But Jack says that the timing is not great for him, for Stassi to come back. Why? It's because you have same life, new felony. Like, what does your life have to do with Stassi coming back? So maybe that's what
exactly
he's doing. Maybe he's trying to grow this erstwhile beard as a way to, transition him into the next phase.
No, it's really pressing down on him, that like he does not have his shit together. And if Stassi Schroeder is about to be back in his life and he doesn't have his shit together, she has every right to rip into him at any fucking time she wants. And he's sweating that. He's sweating that.
People are treating Stassi like she's the goddamn Candyman. They don't even want to say her name out loud. Do you know what I mean? Like she's this force coming in, and like if once she gets here, it's just going to be the worst thing. And I'm like, stop giving this woman so much power. Like she's not. She's already humbled. She doesn't even feel like she has as much power as y'all are giving her.
No, if you worked every now and then, you could just go to work and forget about it, and she ain't going to be there. But you don't work, so then you got to worry about it.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to take a little break here, and we'll come back and finish talking about Palm Springs and the incessant amount of eavesdropping that happens. Okay, we're back in Palm Springs. And this meeting between Stassi and Katie goes on and on and on and on. And of course, Sheena's got her like a cup pressed to the wall, trying to hear every single solitary thing that happens. But I mean, it's just sort of more of the same. I got mad. I'm so sorry. You hurt me. I'm so sorry. Back and forth. But she does say that Stassi can come to the engagement party.
Yeah,
Woo!
I'd be a fool to let you back in. You can come to the engagement party. You know, and the same old back and forth.
Yeah, they're going to take it slow. But this is where we did that thing about Sheena talking about wanting to go to the hotel. Man, I already paid for it.
This is when Katie comes out. She's like, I did pay for the room.
And then meanwhile, Katie's like, we're back. This is like the old days. I love every second of this. Hell yes. Sheena, sorry you're feeling weird, but this is awesome. So they're having different experiences. But I guess they wound up staying though, right? Because the next morning it looks like, I don't know if they like arrived there before the cameras did, or cameras picked up, or they spent the night, but it kind of looked like they stayed, yeah?
Oh, yeah, they definitely stayed, yeah. And somewhere in the galaxy, Tom Schwartz's butthole got real tight when she and Stassi, like, hugged again. Because I think him, like, Jax is like, shit, that's definitely somebody that doesn't put up with my bullshit, and she's going to get into my girl's ear. Damn it. Yeah. But
Kristen, I don't know what time it is, but it's obviously time for a cocktail. And when Sheena politely declines, like, oh, you're such a grown-up. I never want to get married if you don't want to drink at 8:30. We're like, Kristen, you might need to
this is still that night. No. The whole morning cocktail thing hasn't even come up yet. This is still that night. Like, Kristen comes up just like between them, like, I want a cocktail. Like, we've all been drinking for hours. Like, I get it. Go ahead and go do that. Sheena does cancel the hotel room, so don't worry. She did make plans, but she'll cancel them. It's fine. No big deal. Yeah, Kristen's real bouncy for somebody that was slurring and ready for a cocktail. Just something I'm noticing.
Yeah, I mean, they know how to really like pace themselves and to handle their booze. They're really responsible with it. But this is where they go to bed, right? And then they wake up the next morning. This is what I was saying, where Kristen is, whatever time it was in the morning when they woke up, Kristen's like, yeah, it's time to drink, right? And we're like, can we maybe finish my coffee first? Is that cool?
Like, it's 30 seconds away from each other in the show. I'm like, Kristen wants a cocktail. The morning. Kristen wants a morning drink. What's funny is she could not be in any of these scenes, and they go the exact same way. Because she just like, there's a thing going on, and it's just like, Kristen just like, I sure could go for a cocktail. And then leaves. Like, it doesn't have any effect on any of the story at all.
I mean, she wants to stop on the way home to get a cocktail. So I guess that's her whole personality right now. And while we're in this particular moment in the show, her whole personality is boozer. Because we'll talk about it in a minute whenever James is talking to his mom. So we go, they do bring up Ariana here. And this is where Sheena decides that, okay, enough about Stassi and Katie. It's my turn to shine here. I have feelings about something, so could everybody just please pay attention to me? And it's about this Ariana. And Katie and Stassi reconciling has sharpened this pain because if they do all get together and decide to exclude her, she doesn't even have Ariana now as her one buoy in this, ocean of meanness. And so that's why she's so upset.
She's been a bitch, as a matter of fact.
I don't really know whose side to be on in terms of the Ariana Sheena. I find them both so repugnant in this instance that it's like, I don't care. Y'all just duke it out. Who cares? Y'all deserve each other or don't. Like, neither one of them is a very virtuous human in this moment, and so I just like whatever.
It's time for the pool anyway.
Yep, it is time for the pool. And speaking of more eavesdropping, where Katie is, consoling Sheena, and Stassi's just floating right there. Like the way the camera makes it look like is that she's just staring at him, just like locked in. Whatever
I
they're
think
saying,
she
whatever they're
is.
doing, she's just like locked in. And
Not after we see the Lala at Sir doing a little work with Ariana. And
I mean,
Lala is so 24 years old right now. I mean, everything she says is like, it's so, and I'm not putting down or making fun of it. Just is, like, well, you ought to dress like this. And then you get a big tip. And then, like, you immediately get like the seasoned vet answer of like, no. This is what happens. Guys that want to look at your boobs aren't big spenders. Like, that's real shit. Lock that into your brain. Because the guy who loves boobs the most on this show, if you haven't heard or not, is Jax Taylor. You think Jax Taylor's a big tipper?
no,
I don't know.
not at
I don't
all.
know
Not
about
at
that.
all. I do worry about their footwear. That you're just speaking of being young, like that is very, very wild that they're just walking around on these even Lala at the hostess stand, who's standing up there for 2 or 3 hours in those stilettos. Like they're even in my 24th, I couldn't have worn shoes like that to work. And Ariana's got some, high shoes on as well. That's just, I'm worried about their foot health and their bunion situation.
Lisa, their boss thinks that it's more important to come in and talk about the relationship and see what all's going on. So we
Yeah.
will get into that in a second too.
Yeah, but Ariana's just such a grouch, and she is like sadness. She's like she's just a grouch. But yeah, we'll come back to it. We already talked about how Katie is forced to comfort Sheena, and LVP. This is what really kind of the exchange between Ariana and LVP. This is what really kind of like rubbed me the wrong way about Ariana in this episode, where Lisa is trying to say, "Hey, you might have to nurture a relationship a little bit." And she's like, what, like a baby? Maybe, like, this thing is enough's enough. Like, if this is going to be your coworker and y'all are cast to be friends, okay, great. Then perform friends. Okay, but if you're cast to be enemies, okay, then be enemies. But this, like, really indifference, passive aggressive shit, it's not interesting to me. And I want her to do one way or the other.
Well, I think that has tried giving it, and it is Sheena that is not doing that. Like, she's off doing the other thing and trying to find the bigger, brighter star somewhere, like we're talking about, rather than nurture the relationship. I think Ariana's talked about their friendship to Sheena directly more, while Sheena's out here talking about it in Palm Springs, like, well, she doesn't really like me anymore. Like, is that true? Maybe it has something to do with the way you've been acting. Like, she has a problem with the way, and she has told you, like, this bothers me about you, and she doesn't do anything about it. Cheese, by the way, we need a safety check on Cheese, I believe. And
Well, when
she doesn't like the way she acts with her husband, and she completely blows that off. So it's like, Ariana is putting forth the effort, and she is also, I'm sure, trying not to bring up the fucking text to her mom that Sheena did every second either.
Yeah.
Like, so Ariana's kind of doing us a favor by not rehashing the same shit over and over again. She's just saying, like, I have a problem with our friendship, period.
Well, that's what I think that's what exists between them. It's just the fight about their friendship. I don't know if either one of them even cares about being friends, but to watch them play out this conflict about their friendship when neither one of them is participating in any, like, breaking it up or mending it, it's just ridiculous. Also, though, you talk about Shay, whenever Sheena said, hey, I need to call and tell blah, blah, I thought she was about to say, I need to call and check on Shay.
Nope.
When she was calling the hotel. No.
Never.
Hopefully they've been texting. I don't know if this is before you could share your location, but I hope somebody's got eyes on this man. I really do.
Well, even like talking to Katie, she was like, if she can just peace out on me so easy, then maybe we aren't friends. Like, she didn't peace out on you. She's at work right now. You're in Palm Springs. Like, y'all live a couple miles from each other. You can talk about, like, she's the one choosing not to, I think.
I think she means like peace out, not in that moment, but like generally just sort of like abandoned. And also the way that Ariana's acting like it at the beach, like, Sheena's not been acting like a best friend to me. Okay, great. Then y'all need to have it out. But like, enough's enough with the old, because you say anything in front of Jax or Sheena, both of them are just going to like run tell everything. So, but Lisa's advice always is talk to her, go be in a scene with her, film with her, so that the ratings will go up.
Yeah, she defends Sheena, so the two of them will inevitably have to speak to each other on camera, and then some resolve will have to be made. But
Yeah.
yeah, and also like this isn't even done, and Katie's talking about the text to Schwartz again, and it's like, man, you can tell all the stuff that's going on in this season is like really weighing down on folks right now. I mean, to a person, it's really all weighing down
I know.
hard.
And so this, like the reunion just happened to carry a lot of water for the season. I know we still have like 3 episodes left, maybe, but like there's going to be a lot happening in the reunion. Maybe that's why they had to have 3, I guess. So, but like per Stassi's eavesdropping in her confessional, she was like, "Calm down, Gina. Nobody's coming for your new bestie, okay? Like I'm
Yeah.
just trying to like open the door. Just chill the fuck out. Like chill out."
Yeah, she's also like, yeah, I'm being real careful. Like, you seem pretty confident about it to me, honestly. I don't think you seem like Sheena Shea is somebody you need to tiptoe around. I feel like Stassi is like, psh,
No.
don't worry about this.
There is. And, like, there's always going to be a hint of, like, condescension in Stassi
Yeah.
about Sheena. Like, I mean, she's never gonna respect her as a person. She's never going to, like, perceive that she is on the same level as her. And I think it's fairly clear to us. I don't know if Sheena can clock that, or maybe she can. That's why she feels so insecure about it. But, like, winning Stassi over is a losing battle. So just leave it at that.
Somebody get Kristen a drink, please. She'd really like a drink.
Yeah.
Everyone's
I mean,
like,
her hands are
now we're
starting to
getting
shake.
ready. I'd like a drink. Hey, we're going to leave. We're driving out of here. You want to stop and get a cocktail?
Yeah.
You got
I mean, Rachel's
you got
like,
a record you're trying to
"No."
break or something? What's going on?
Well, Rachel's like, "No, man, I'm driving. We're not gonna stop and get a cocktail." She's like, "Well, can I get a cocktail?" Okay, sure. Let's invest in a flask. Somebody buy Kristen a flask.
Yeah, buy them all one. Do it.
Yeah, so Katie knows, though, that, like, the minute she hits the LA County line, she's gonna have to deal with Schwartz. And she is, you know, feeling a little nervous about it. You can tell when she
Yeah.
comes to talk to him that she's gonna have to really kinda cop to whatever happened. Whatever Tequila Katie did, regular Katie's gotta cop to it. So
She's like, I shouldn't have
before
texted all that stuff. And I'm kind of like, is that right? Maybe
Yeah,
you should
think?
have. Maybe you need to back up some of that stuff. You know, maybe real life Katie and
Yeah.
Tequila Katie do need to have an in between where that real truth is hidden.
Yeah, I mean, the Venn diagram in what Tequila Katie says and what sober Katie feels, I think, is bigger than she would like to admit. But before that,
Yeah.
let's talk about James and his mommy at the Raw Bar.
Yeah, this is what I was saying. We'd get back to here. Yeah, James and Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, that's right. I had to write it down. I just wrote James and mom and then parenthetically Jacqueline. And like the James calling everyone darling and babe is so off-putting to me.
Also,
I just ugh.
Yeah, he says babe and darling real quick, real shitty. And he's even like, I don't know, it's a lot though that he's got to like come on about the pump stuff. He's got to tell her like that's hard, you know, like, hey, your buddy that got me a job just fucking had to sack me from half my duties.
Well, it's not his fault. It's Kristen's fault because,
No,
you know, she's just a really bad influence and you look lovely and handsome and beautiful as always. It's Kristen's fault. I've never seen her without a drink in her hand. And James said, "You're one to talk."
also,
I
would you say that Jacqueline is tall? Maybe around, I don't know, 5'8", 5'9", maybe that region.
Yeah.
Pretty tall.
Okay. Uh-huh.
She has kind of dark, she's a slender lady, you know, has looks of a model, obviously. She likes to wear her certain colored hair in a certain way. Does any of this seem to be stacking up and possibly
No.
physically resembling anyone else on this show at all? Like, I stopped it a couple of times to do something and was like, looked back up and I was like, that could easily be Kristen. I think even in this conversation, he's kind of talking to Kristen.
Well, he clocks it himself too, because like when he says you're one to talk. First off, if one of my children said that to me, I would take them over my knee and whoop them in that restaurant, grown or not. They got a whooping right there with a belt over my knee. Like, don't talk to me.
If I was out to
No.
dinner with you and your kids, and one of your kids said that to you, I would just hand you my debit card and leave. Be like, you get this back to me when you can in a minute. I'm going to be anywhere else.
Yeah. But I was just saying, whenever James says sons date their mother, I just wrote in my notes, Ethan should be so lucky to find a woman like his mother.
Okay. We're getting into a different podcast territory here.
Yeah. But James sets out some goals here. So I want us to put a pin in this. Okay. Let's just see. He's going to quit alcohol. He's going to get a 6-pack. He's going to get a job back at Pump. Yeah. He's going to kill that album and, maybe just throw in a Calvin Klein ad here or there, reasonable stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. And also, like, Kristen, she has, like, real awkward, like, innuendo, like, the whole Fanny out of the shell situation. Like, oysters and shellfish have enough, like, sexual stuff going on.
That's
you don't even need to put all that stuff on there. Like, there's so much innuendo or stuff to place on shellfish. Like, y'all don't have to do that. But she's not good at it, and that's what's similar to Kristen for me. Just one more box to check.
At least he's self-aware, right? At least he sees what's happening. And so, like, maybe he's just, like, trying to get his mommy's approval by, like, making things
shocking.
right with Kristen. Yeah.
It's very similar. It's very...
It's so apparent that even he sees it. So, but then before we end this episode, though, we have to have this frickin' talk about the Bubbas. I'm going to let you tell about this frickin' conversation because I want to just take both of their heads and knock them together.
I'm on Team Gordo when it comes to this, first off. Like, I'm glad we see Gordo all the time. It's good. I still need a Shea check. We got a Gordo safety check before we did Shea, so I don't like that. Tom starts I'll tell you, I mean, right away, the conversation could have stopped with the first thing, like, ooh, do I smell Stassi on you? That's disgusting for so many ways. And, like, she should have just
her perfume.
Well, yeah, I just mean I don't mean like a sexual thing and she's been with Stassi and he can smell her. I just mean that's a shitty, stupid fucking thing to say. Like, oh, do I smell that person on you? Like, yeah, you knew we've been together. He's not private detectiving this shit, like, oh, I can smell her scent on you. Like, I texted you we were together. He's not fucking figuring something out. What do you like? Yeah. I just mean it was a stupid thing to say. Not like there is part of her that, okay, we're going to have to clean that one up. You're going to have to get that. It's a stupid thing for him to say.
But thing for him to say, yes.
Katie wants to, she's going to address the text, take responsibility for her actions. I can't say that for everyone in the room, but Katie's willing to do that. And he's really shitty right away. Like, even touches her ring, like, so should I pawn this and start a new life? Yeah. Yes. Actually, maybe you should. You should probably do that right now. The chances of you getting another Modelo commercial before you spend through all that ring money, probably not great. And she pushes back on him, which I love to see.
But he cuts her off, right? Like, he's not hearing her out. And she says something and he's like, but what, whatever. And my favorite thing is when someone says, oh, I'm so sorry, but... Great. Everything you said before, but is negated. He's like, yes, I was an asshole, but no.
It's like, and you don't give me 1 inch of room to do this, that, and the other. Like, my dude, you have stepped out at least 2 times that we know of, and I've only known y'all for a few months. Like, you have, what room do you deserve to be given? What great things have you done in this relationship to let her just like, that guy could go do whatever he wants. And as a matter of fact, dude, you want so much freedom all the time. Go live your own fucking life. Get out of here. All he talks about is how he doesn't want to be in this relationship.
That's what I was about to say. Like, I really think that maybe they should examine why he is so quick to take someone else's side. Why? What about his connection to her just makes him immediately take the opposing position? Like, but neither one of them are. They swear they love each other. They swear they love each other, Jeff. They love each other.
Yeah, Gordo says bullshit. He doesn't like it. But here's the class he's in, like, the relationships we have on this show. Ken and Lisa. Mm-hmm. Ken gets her back. Sandoval and Ariana. Sandoval gets her back.
Yeah.
Shea and Sheena. Shea will get her back to no end. To his own detriment, he will get his back. currently the only two dudes who don't have their girlfriends' backs are Tom Schwartz and Jax Taylor. So that whole look to your left and look to your, oh, never mind. Just look to one side because there's only one person, and that man is Jax Taylor. So there's your equal right there, my dude. You feel good about that?
Well, Jax, we hear some things from one Mr. Jax Taylor from next week because that's kind of where that's where the episode ends.
Yeah.
And I just wish that she could stay in that Tequila Katie rage long enough to rid herself of this man. Spoiler, she does not, but I wish.
I do wish we could have another character. There was Katie, and we had a complete full-time Tequila Katie. Yeah.
Oh, listen, she'd be the star of the show. But next week, we see the dinner between James and Kristen, I guess, like, come to fruition. They make out. What about flat-brimmed fedora? Where is he?
Yeah, you told me we were getting into a whole Carter era. Now,
well, there is. Like, she is one of the canon boyfriends. He is one of the canon boyfriends of Kristen's mythology. But okay, I mean, maybe that's something else that's going to come up. But we do see a little bit of Charles McMansion, his video.
Yeah. Sundi hates to see work be like the behind the scenes. No. Uncomfortable. It's like seeing a brand new singer-songwriter out there working on their craft. Not for Sundi.
Jax he's not ready for marriage or a family. Jax, I want kids. I want to get married. So we'll see how that goes. Katie wants to have her engagement party at Villa Rosa. And Lisa says, sure, but not with Stassi. Rude. That is a burn. And
the main thing I got, the main thing I got from the whole thing was that Jax would rather go to Hawaii jail than marry Brittany. That's right. I mean, he's like,
he may
I don't know about marriage. I may have to go to jail. Like, I mean, he seemed much more easygoing about the jail than he did marriage. Like,
well, yeah, especially with Brittany and her new boobs just burning a hole through him, staring at him like, ooh. But like, this woman is just, she's in so much danger. But that's where we leave it. Next week is going to be really, like, they keep dropping new story arcs, new things to worry about in these last moments. Like, they're really having the reunion better resolve some of this shit for us, because I just don't know if I can move into a new season having all of this stuff unresolved.
Well, we have 4 postseason episodes left with only 2 actual episodes left. So yeah, there's going to be some overtime play that factors in heavily.
I hope. Okay, so because the past, I had a few. Do you have any?
Yeah, I mean, with the simple work stuff, we always, anytime we see cash, printed out schedules, people are talking about, I like it. 3 men and a baby. Right out the gate. First, one of those first scenes, they got 3 men and a baby. Kids look that up on the internet. Very neat sub story there. And the Katy Perry versus Taylor Swift beef. Yeah, that was a big one. That was a real timestamp right there.
For sure. I also said no direct deposit. They were having to physically go in and pick up their checks. Taylor Swift and Katy Perry, obviously. The phrase to peace out as like a adverb, like, oh, well, if she could just peace out, then she could do it there. That's we don't necessarily use it in that context. But also the Evander Holyfield of rage text. Evander Holyfield is probably solidly in his 60s by now. And so for him to be still a reference of, major sports import, that's definitely because of the past.
Yeah, right up the road in Atlanta, Georgia. Way to go, champ. How about in this year of Oops All Chumps, who did you narrow it down to? Because it was tough.
Tequila Katie by far the chump. Like, as much as I stand by what you did and much as I stand by how, like, you express your feelings, you just gave this man such the upper hand, right? Like, rage texting him for 4 hours, and that could be read as abusive. It's not, but she's given up the power in that situation because she let him get the best of her. And I don't care for that. That man is going to look dumb on his own. He does not need Tequila Katie's help. And you need to, like, girl, be smart. Be smarter, Tequila Katie.
Yeah, I get that. I guess I just love the message from her so much. It's hard for me to say anything bad about her. So,
that's right.
Well, it was hard
Who's
for me
yours?
not to pick Sarah for leaving her one and only child
The dummy.
with these three people. But since it did get Liam into a nice preschool, I will say that
Mhm.
it is Jacqueline, because no good,
Oh,
just no good
yeah.
all around, all around no
Yeah.
good. You brought us this dude, and then you follow
Yeah.
it up with these kind of actions. Don't care for it at all.
Yeah.
Big
You
time.
parented this
No
into
thanks.
existence? How dare you, ma'am?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Uh, I had a hard time coming up with an LVP. Who'd you pick?
Well, all my LVPs, see, this is what I get. I just imagine you being like, well, she wasn't in it at all. Yeah,
I
like
had one.
Lala was great. Like pound for pound, speaking of Evander Holyfield, like pound for pound fighter,
Uh-huh.
like Lala bringing it. She's in for like 30 seconds. We get a great leg shot with her and Ariana. She gets a learning moment behind the thing. She rolls her eyes at James, has the phrase, "What's up with the random basic?" And she
Yeah.
pieces out, for lack of a better term here.
Yeah. I think
So
that's solid
she's
though, because
great.
she was tied. I had her and my LVP tied for top. And mine was Ken, because
Oh,
even when she's wrong, she's right. And better to be wrong and happy than right and sleep on the couch. Sir, better advice has never been uttered.
no, too bad there's none of these dummies are there to hear it, because their ears are too clogged up with Fireball and toxic masculinity, but you can't get in there. Yeah, Rachel was my other one. Like Lala and
Yeah.
Rachel, like Rachel for just giving us a great place to host all the goings on, and then
Palm
to
Springs,
just
solid.
like the one person to deny Kristen a cocktail multiple times. Because what do you think that ride back was like? Kristen just like an hour and a half of just like, come on, why you want to stop? Why we never get to do anything I want to do? Like, I'm gonna text James real quick. Like, would you fucking stop? Like the whole time.
She probably
Uh,
fell asleep immediately. She was like this, "Oh, yeah, ready to rock and roll." Like, she had been drinking since 8 AM. She did not make that whole ride. So,
sure,
but
sure, nothing to keep her
I
awake.
fair enough, fair enough. I am really looking forward to the resolution of this season, not because I want it to be over, just because at these
Mm-mm.
last moments, we're getting so much new stuff that it's like, this could have been 3 seasons in 1. So I'm really hyped to see the rest of it for sure.
So into it. Yeah, this season 4 is a pod adventure of its own. I feel like it's a big thing. So,
And then people really love it. It is like one of the most iconic. So we're getting a lot of feedback from folks who really love it. So, we'll see. Season 5, I think, also has some pretty iconic moments, but we're not there yet. Save it. Make sure you rate us and review us, and find us on the socials, the social media. And, let us know. Send emails to Jeff. Send any questions you have or anything you want us to cover, any beef you have, send it all to Jeff. Jeff@pinotpod.com.
that's right. Top Chef's having a great year too, guys. Don't sleep on that. So hit us up.
Yep. All right. Bye, y'all.